There's this idea that convenience comes at a cost. It's kind of strange when you think about it. A lot of things are easier than they've ever been. Food shows up at your door, bills get paid automatically, you can get just about anything you want without leaving the house. On the surface, it feels like an upgrade. Life's getting better. But something else has been shifting at the same time. Not in a big, obvious way, just in how you interact with everything around you. There was a time when doing something meant a few steps. If you wanted to eat, you cooked. If you needed to go somewhere, you figured out how to get there. If you had bills, you sat down, you paid them. Nothing about that was complicated. But you were part of it. You were hands-on. You had a sense of what things were costing. You knew where things came from. You understood enough to get by. You were connected. Now most of that effort is gone. For directions, you follow GPS. Bills are on auto pay. Meals are delivered. None of that feels wrong. It feels efficient, and it feels like progress. However, there's another side to it. When the effort disappears, your involvement starts to fade with it. That part doesn't happen all at once. It's gradual, and it's easy to miss. What's really happening, that becomes less clear over time, there's no need to think about it. The system is already handling it. That's what convenience does. It doesn't just make things faster. It removes steps from the process, steps you used to take part in. Over time, your role shifts. You're not really handling the process anymore. You start it and move on. You tap a button, confirm a choice, then you're on to something else. It's smooth enough that you don't think twice about it. After a while, it just feels like the way things work. Food shows up, payments go through, routes are handled. There's nothing unusual about it at all. There is a trade-off though, but it's nothing dramatic. Less involvement leads to less understanding. And once that understanding fades, the control begins to shift. Not in a big obvious sense, more in the background. You're depending on systems you really don't see. A lot of it runs without your attention required. Decisions get made without you needing to step in. Most of the time, everything works, so there's no reason to question it. But then, something slips. A charge shows up that you didn't expect. A service keeps running longer than you realized. Something breaks and it's not clear why. That's when the disconnect shows up. You weren't part of it. So it's harder to step back in. Remember that shift? This isn't isolated. It's happening across almost everything. Food, transportation, shopping, entertainment, the same shift shows up again and again. Less effort, less involvement, more automation. Give it a little time. It starts standing out. Convenience isn't just removing friction. It's removing your interaction, your involvement. This wasn't a conscious decision. The systems changed. Everything became faster, more efficient, more streamlined. At the same time, your connection to it became thinner. So it's not that convenience is a problem. Nothing is broken, but something has changed. Convenience saves time, and it also reduces how involved you are. It used to be something you were part of. Now it's something that runs for you. With less involvement in the process, it becomes easier to miss what's happening. And when that happens, control doesn't feel quite the same anymore. That's what's really going on. Convenience isn't just making things easier, it's changing how much of the process that you're a part of.